and the boy started like grabbing at my sister's face. Hello, Monty speaking. How you doing? What you doing? And how are you doing it? Today, I'm going to be talking about my freaking dream that I had the other day. I wouldn't necessarily say it was like a nightmare, but it was just a weird, like, odd dream. I'm going to be doing like a little spa type, not really a spa, but like I'm just going to be like treating my face and stuff like that while I'm explaining this weird story. So, first I'm going to go ahead and exfoliate my lips because it needs it. Mind you, I do not use this toothbrush to brush my teeth because I think that's gross. And then this is just Eco Lips lip scrub. So, this is how the freaking story started. That was way too much. Oh my god. First off, whenever I have any type of weird dream, any dream at all, it really doesn't matter what it is, it's always at this old place that we used to live at. And we lived there for a really long time, so I guess I can see why I would have, you know, my dreams would take place there, I guess, or whatever. But like, I've lived here for a decent amount of time too, and I don't ever have dreams like where I'm at. It started out where my mom was on her way to work and she was like, you know, saying her goodbyes and like, okay, like I'll see you in the morning, blah blah blah, that type of jazz. And so we were like all saying bye, and it was like me and my siblings, and then my dad was there and at first, right? And so we were all there, and my little sister was like, God's coming, like out of nowhere she was like, God's coming. And so I'm like, okay, like, you know, I'm very spiritual, you know, so it was just like one of those type of things, like, okay, like that's the first thing, that was like the introduction, like, of the dream, was like God's coming. And I'm like, okay. You know, my mom left and all that stuff. I had went into the kitchen and my dad was in there. Mind you, he wears glasses, and so he kept like rubbing his eyes, but what I noticed was that one eye was like a different color. When I say like a different color, it was like brown eyes, like how my eyes are brown or whatever, but like the ring around it was like a turquoise blue. Like, I want to say it was like this, but it was like lighting up, like it was like glowing. And it was only one eye and the other eye was normal, but he just kept rubbing his eyes, and I'm like, why the heck are you like rubbing your eyes so hard, and why is it glowing? And then it was just like a whole bunch of people. It was almost like it was like a get together because they brought food to the house. And they were just like unpacking it and stuff. And so I'm like, okay, that's weird. Like, why is all these people in the house? It's so weird. Then I was like, okay, that was the first scene. Second scene, I had went into like a different room, and I guess I had to pee or whatever. So like I went to the bathroom and I was trying to turn on the light, but it wouldn't turn on. And I'm like, everybody else that went into this bathroom could like turn on the light except for me. And I'm like, I know that these lights work because I just saw her like turn it on or whatever. But when I did it, it just wouldn't work. And then there's this random guy, and he was like super tall. He was mixed, had like brown hair, and he was just really, really tall. And I'm like, what? Like, what are all these people doing here? And he was like talking to me about something. And I'm like, okay, like, all right, like I don't know why you following me around and stuff, but like, you don't have to like get away from me because I don't know you. That was just like kind of odd or whatever. But when he came into the bathroom, he just turned it right on. It like worked for him. I'm like, okay, like, thank you. Like, now you have to get out because I'm like trying to go to the bathroom, you know? I had went back into my room, and I have like 3 cats right now because I have my cat, my sister has a cat, and they recently just made a baby, right? The baby is like a month old now. When my cat was first pregnant, I didn't know that she was pregnant, and I was actually filming that day, and I'm just like, dude, like I started freaking out, and I'd stop filming and like all this other stuff because I thought she was dying, and I'm just like, oh my god, I can't, like, what is happening? All right, after that I'm gonna like clean my face because I'm gonna put a mask on. So I'm also going to be using the Gentle Skin Cleanser. It is really, really gentle, actually. It don't take much. But I'm actually like breaking out right now, but I think it's because I used my mom's cleanser, which I shouldn't have been doing that, but whatever. I'm just going to take a couple pumps and just clean my face. I need another towel. That sucks. Anyway, so I was back into my room and oh wait, no, where was I? I was explaining that I have that my cat in real life, she was like pregnant with everybody to know that she was pregnant. She never had a child before, and we never had like a pet that lived long enough to have babies. So when she was panting and like her stomach was contracting, she was all over me. She like wouldn't stop like being next to me and stuff, and I'm just like, what is going on? I was like freaking out, and I called the vet, and I'm just like, dude, my cat's dying. Like, I think there's something wrong with her. She's dying. She's like doing all this crazy stuff. She was like, I'm pretty sure that she's pregnant. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And then she was like, congratulations, your cat is pregnant. And I'm like, she's old. She can't be pregnant. And then she was like, well, it sounds like she's pregnant. I'm just like, oh my God. Like, I was just so confused. But anyways, besides the point, she ended up being pregnant and she had her baby that night. And yeah, it was just crazy. And I can barely like believe it now still, but in the dream, like the same thing was happening. She was like panting, looking at me all crazy. Her stomach was contracting. And I'm like, yep, I already been through this before with you. I know that you're pregnant, so I'm just gonna sit here next to you and wait for you to have this baby. Like right before it popped out, it was like this white stuff coming out, and I'm like, ew. And it like was like a crumb. It almost looked like, if you know what tonsillitis is, it's like calcified tonsil stones, you know what I mean, that you get in your tonsils. And I actually got my tonsils removed because of that, because it was gross. But anyways, besides the point, it looked like that, and it was just like huge. It was like that big, and then like it's like popped out before the baby did, and then the baby popped out, and I was like, okay, like that's gross and it's weird. So okay, then I'm going to be using Bella Professional Plumping Gold Peel Off Mask. I haven't used this before, but I used something like it before. See how that goes. I'm going to use my brush. I'm going to use this. Ooh. Yes. Ooh, that smells good. I'm supposed to leave this on for 20 minutes. Ooh, it just glides on. I don't want to get it too close because I always get it like really, really close and it'd be hard to peel off. And you gotta like avoid all the hair. And so the baby was all black. I was like, oh, like I was telling everybody, I was like, Skittles is having a baby again. That's my cat's name, Skittles. She's having a baby again. And we were all excited. I was just announcing it to everybody. She had the baby, blah, blah, whatever. So I put them into like another room so that they could all be together. So my cat, the baby, and then, you know, the father, whatever. So then I left and I went back to the room and there was another cat in there and it was all black. Again, like the real cat, like the real kitten that we got in the house is not all black. It's not pitch black. Like my cat is like a white brownish color, and then like on the tail it's like has a striped tail and like striped legs, you know. And then the father is pitch black, like all black. He has some brown in him, but if you like, if I was to show you, it'd be like all black. So their baby is like a mix between that. The baby is not black, but in the dream the baby was all black, and I'm like, okay, like it's kind of odd. So when I left and I came back, it was all grown. I was like, what, is this the same cat? I am so confused right now. Like, what is actually happening? It started attacking the baby cat, and I'm just like, dude, we weren't even supposed to have you anyways. Like, we were gonna give y'all up anyways, so you can just get the boot and get out, because you're attacking this other cat. I mean, attacking the cat that was already here, you know, because like it like pounced on. Oh my God, wasn't supposed to do that. because I don't want it peeling off my eyebrow. It started attacking the kitten, and when I had looked at the kitten, its tail was broken. And I'm like, oh my God, it just started like really like, you gotta go. I kicked him out. And there was an extra cat there that was black that happened to be her baby too. And I'm just like, what? Like, why is there so many cats, so many people in here that don't make no sense? Like, I don't know these people, and these cats just came out of nowhere. So that happened, and all of a sudden it was just like really, really dark outside, and everybody started leaving. So me and my sister ended up leaving too. And when we did, we were like walking up the hill or whatever. Ooh, there's still some in here. I feel like I'm glowing. What was I gonna say? Everything's sticking. Actually, since she's in here right now, I'm just gonna show you her. This is what she looks like. So you can see that she's like, really? Stop, you came in here. So she's like white, and then she has like brown, and then she her tail is like black and white, and then she got stripes and stuff right there. She's so annoying. So we went outside, we were walking, I was looking down at my phone, me and my sister were just talking and stuff. Then all of a sudden these kids started coming around, and it was like 11 or 12 of them. And the age ranges was like between like 5 and like 13 or whatever, and they were just like they were like huddled up, like following us in a group. And at first it was just like, okay, well maybe, you know, they're just like walking, you know, like walking in our direction but about to go somewhere else. But they were literally like looking at us, walking towards us, and like was like up, like surrounding us and stuff. And so we're trying to leave, we're trying to be like, okay, like whatever's going on, I don't know what's going on, but it's like, this is really weird and creepy because it's just random kids like coming up to us. And they started like throwing stuff at us, like throwing rocks and all this other stuff. But they weren't like trying to get at me, they were trying to get at my sister. So I was like trying to back up, like trying to like, you know, protect her and guard her and stuff like that. And they just like, it was like 2 of the boys, because they were mainly boys, I think there's only like 2 girls or whatever, and the boys started like grabbing at my sister's face, like with their nail, like not just like grabbing like this, but like grabbing with their nails, like trying to claw her face. They were trying to tear her face off, and they weren't even really targeting me, but after I was like guarding her and stuff like that, then they started trying to attack me and stuff. And so I don't know why, but like I was like, okay, like I'm gonna say that my sister's name is Mulan. We'll say that. So I was like, Mulan, like get your phone out and call Bugs, which is gonna be my brother. So I was like, Mulan, call Bugs or whatever, and she was like, all right. And so she was able to get her phone out enough to like to where they couldn't get to her. I don't know how, but she was able to call him. And then there was just a point where we slipped out of the crowd and we were able to like run and stuff. And so we was running. I was like, run, 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 like run. Then she had stopped, and I was like, what are you stopping for? And I think I had fell or something. I don't know. It was like a typical movie, but I had like fell or something. I was like, keep running, whatever. And I was like, at least if she can get some help, you know what I mean? Like, and then I get there, they can like come and help me, then that's like fine, you know what I mean? Like I can handle my own for the most part, but like I wanted to make sure that she was safe. So then we finally got to the house, to our house, and when I looked back and kept looking back and stuff to see if they were like on our tail and stuff like that, they weren't even there. Like there was nobody there, and it was like silent out, like you couldn't even hear nothing. And I'm like, that is just so weird. So what are you doing? What are you doing? We got to the house, and I was trying to like hurry up and lock the door. And when I did, I was able to lock the door, but the other side of the door where the hinges were all broken off. And I'm just like, oh my God, like I was just freaking out. I was like, what? Like the door won't close, the door won't close. I was telling my brother, and he was like, what are you talking about? Because he didn't even like get what was happening really. He was just like, you know, he just got like a call from our sister, you know what I mean? So he didn't really understand exactly what was happening. He just knew that we were coming in all panicked and freaking out and all the other stuff. So he was like, what do you mean the door wouldn't lock? And I'm like, it's not locking. Like, it's not locking. So we never even like figured that part out. It just wouldn't lock. I don't know. I was just trying to like make sure there's nobody coming after us. And I don't know. It was just really weird. All of it was really weird. Like between my dad having different colored eyes, and then the light not working when I was trying to go to the bathroom, and the random guy there, and like the random people in the house, and then the random people outside and them disappearing and stuff like that. Like that was just crazy. It just literally makes no sense. And I woke up super confused. I'm just like, what is like, why did I have that dream? Lately I've been having like dreams about my cat having another cat just because like she had one. So like it's bound to happen. But like it was just how that happened. Like literally the cats were attacking the cat that we already have and broke its tail. So I can't say what the weirdest part of the dream was because it was all weird, but yeah, that was just one dream.